Hey everybody, and welcome back to BK's Bullets. Today we're talking Ant-Man and the Wasp. Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. As always, I'm your host, Brent. Today we're going to review Ant-Man and the Wasp. I saw it last week before I came out here on travel, and I gotta say, it was just okay. It didn't really get me excited. I didn't have a whole lot of blast of fun. It wasn't enjoyable as the first one. I thought it was just okay. Kind of like a 3 out of 5 star rating. If I had to rate it, and I always do rate these movies, but it's 3 out of 5 stars for sure. I like Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp, as Hope Pym. I think she's fine, but I think the whole thing is, or at least in this movie, it was a good introduction, not introduction, but introduction of her being a superhero to the Marvel Universe. That was fine. She was a whole lot of fun. I think the only thing that I was a little dismayed at was that we didn't really get Ant-Man and the Wasp at the same time working together the way that we do in the flashback scenes in the first movie and this one. It's like, here's Ant-Man over here, here's Wasp over there. Do they come together? Maybe at the end, I can't quite remember. But it always seemed like they had their own mission. And I got really sick and tired of, get the lab, get the lab. I thought it was amusing at first, but as the plot revolved entirely around getting this lab and, this little Rolly lab and stuff, it got tiring real quick. Now, I understand we were trying to get Janet out of there, but I didn't realize that getting Janet out was going to be the plot of the entire movie and that the villain was going to try and stop it. I thought maybe there would be like 2 different plots. But I was a little dismayed. The other thing that maybe had to do with my dislike of this movie, not dislike, but not as enjoying it as much as I wanted to, was that I saw it in 4DX. Now, if you don't know what 4DX is, it's this new theater thing. You know, everybody's got their own type of like extra big screen, whatever. You have IMAX screens, you have 3D screens. This is 4DX. So this is in 3D, and the fourth dimension technically is time, although this isn't time. The fourth dimension here, instead of, tall, wide, and, it's like the senses. So this would be smell or other touch, that kind of stuff. So you sit on these chairs, and we went to the one in Orlando, at Point Orlando. We sit on these chairs, it's like a row of 4, and they're all on this big gimbal. So they rock back and forward, left and right, and they rumble. And then there's something in the back of the seats. The seats are not comfortable at all. I would not want to see a Lord of the Rings Hobbit movie in these chairs. That would suck so bad. But, because they're not comfortable because there's stuff in the seats. There's something under your butt giving you a little vibration. Duh. There's stuff in the back that'll punch you. Somebody got punched in the back of the movie, and then there was a little bumper that moved your shoulder forward because you got punched in the back as well. It takes you by surprise, and it takes you out of the movie. My biggest complaint is that they've got, they have wind effects and things like that. Now, all this stuff takes big motors, big pressurization of air cannons and stuff like that, and all that stuff you can hear in the movie. So it's not a perfect experience by any means. If it just had the moving seats and stuff, I think it would be just okay, and I'm shaking the camera to, give you the idea of what it would be like to sit in one of these theaters and, watch me or watch a movie. But they've got these big air fans on the corners of the roof over here on one side and the other side. So if you're, there's a bunch of chase scenes in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and to give you the feeling as if you're moving with them through the chase, with the windows rolled down, they start these big fans, and these fans sound like this. So you can hear that over the movie or at the same level as the movie. So you're missing a little bit of the music, you're missing a little bit of the dialogue, at least in my theater. I don't know if other theaters change the sound a little bit or turn it up, but at least in my theater it was at equal level. The other thing too, the Wasp had these blasters and stuff. I don't know what they sound like, because every time, because of the theater I saw it in, and the effect they chose to use, every time she shot her blasters, the little air cannon there's some on your legs, there's some directly in front of you, they chose to shoot an air cannon at you every time she shot her blaster, whether it was towards the screen, away from it, all this time. So to me, Wasp's blasters sound like this. Psh, 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 like a little burst of compressed air coming at you. I don't know if it was like more like this, boo, 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 or a pew, 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 or boo, boo, boo. I have no idea. To me, they sound like this. So it'll be interesting to watch this movie again sometime without all this extra stuff and see what landed. I do think they went for the more of the humor more in this, and I don't know that it worked. You know, the Michael Pena stuff, I really liked how they did it. That was funny. But I could have used a little more of his character in this movie. I thought after he was so strong in the last movie, they would have made him a bigger part of this movie. And they kind of did. They brought him along for the final chase and the final stuff. But I don't think he was used well. He works better when he's telling the jokes kind of thing. You know, I don't know if he's ever going to be like a big science nerd in these movies so that he's able to be next to Hank Pym and interact with him the entire time. But I would like to see more of Michael Pena's character doing his thing instead of going, whoa, 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 ah, all the time, like he was in the last half of the movie. The Truth Serum was a great bit. I really like that. I love the two other guys, Damon Dalmatian and T.I. Now, I only can say that guy's name because I've heard him on Kevin Smith's Fat Man on Batman podcast. It's over on YouTube. Give it a shout. And yes, he is the guy from The Dark Knight that Harvey almost shoots in the head and walks away laughing. You think he's got like the Joker gas or something like that in him because he's just crazy. That is that actor, and he's been this guy in Ant-Man and a couple other things. But, you know, I think those guys are always fun. So maybe if they make a third Ant-Man and the Wasp movie, which I don't know that they will or not, maybe they make it more of like everybody is involved in the heist or caper, whatever it is. You know, and Michelle Pfeiffer in this, she's not even in the movie. She shows up for the last 5 minutes, touches Ghost's face, spoilers, you know, fixes her, and then the movie ends. And everybody's talking about this post-credit scene as being one of the best in the Marvel U, and that is not true at all. Spoilers, okay? This post-credit scene just puts the Ant-Man and the Wasp in the timeline so that you can figure it out, because people turn to dust just like they did in Infinity War. It's not a great post-credit scene. It doesn't set up anything for the future. It just catches you up and takes that question of, okay, I wonder who got turned to dust. I didn't think it was very good at all. Wasn't funny, wasn't catchy, didn't make me go, oh man, you know, he's just stuck in the quantum realm. Okay. We already have seen the set pictures from Avengers 4 where he's with Captain America and Tony Stark in the past, whatever is going on in there. So we know he's going to be fine. Yes, paying attention on the internet does hamper your enjoyment of these movies a little bit and being surprised, but taking away that I've seen those set photos and stuff doesn't change the fact that this wasn't the best post-credit scene. That still goes to the first time Thanos showed up at the end of Avengers, to me, anyway. But that is my review of Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think it's just okay. It's perfectly enjoyable. If you liked the first Ant-Man, go check it out. If you haven't seen the first Ant-Man, I don't think you should go see Ant-Man and the Wasp because there's too much stuff going on. There's too many callbacks to the first movie. Too much plot in there with Michelle Pfeiffer's character, Janet Van Dyne, that you need to see the first film to understand what's going on in this one, for sure. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up on this video if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Let me know what you thought of Ant-Man and the Wasp down below in the comments, and hit that like button, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time in the Funny Pages.